Hey guys, Rilk here. Welcome back to my Final Fantasy Let's Play Part 3, I believe. Just want to make sure he's equipped what he needs. I do need to buy a few things at the shop. That's what we will start off with. Actually, I'll do the ATEs first. So, the longer you start playing around in Dolly, the more you'll start to realize this town is really weird, and there's no adults around except for the guy running the inn and the grandma who's farming. And their farm is much too small for a town this size. What is happening is they're all manufacturing black mages to give to Alexandria as weapons. So all we have to do is do a little bit of running around. They end up kidnapping Vivi because they think he's one of the black mages, and we just have to end up rescuing him. It's a pretty simple part of the game. Still got the train wheels on, and there's 2 boss fights coming up. They're not too hard, but the chance of dying is a lot higher than the earlier bosses. Never actually died to either of the 2 bosses coming up, but when I was recording last time, it came really close to dying. I'll try to pay more attention to my health. So I will be buying 99 wrists to do the cotton rope trick later on. And that's all I should need to buy. I wanted to buy a few Phoenix Downs, but it seems that I can't buy them from the shop. So I think there's another shop in town, but I'm not 100%. Not a big deal if I wait till Lindblom to buy Phoenix Downs. But it could end up costing me a character or 2 CP during a boss fight. So I'm gonna go into the bar first and see if I can buy items. So this is another ATE about Dagger trying to learn how to talk more like common people and not like a princess. She decided that listening to the conversation would be a lot easier than trying to talk, and she would learn more. I can't afford that many, but I'll buy. Actually, 6 should be fine. It should keep me. I'll just try to play more conservative than I did last time. So there are a few items around town that you can get. The only one that really matters is a constellation. They're called, I can't remember, like, Stelzo coins. But basically it's the 12 constellations plus the extra one, which I can't remember off the top of my head. You trade them to a character later in the game, and the rewards are actually quite good. We come back to Dolly later to pick up the items we can't pick up now, and they are quite good actually. So the reason Vivi got kidnapped was because the innkeeper told his brother about BB, and they assumed he was part of the shipment. So this is the coin I was talking about earlier. It is the constellation Aries, and I'll go into key items just to see if I can pronounce what the coins are called here. Stellizo coins, I guess. But they're just the constellations. So later on we can go up this ladder, and the windmill will have stopped, and we can collect some items. And there's a mare's key you need to get in here, and there's 2 items out here in a single chest, so you actually have to use the chest twice. You'll see that later. Want to double check. Okay, I didn't give them the letter last time. I don't think there's any other mail, but I'm just double checking. I must have missed something because Dagger should be here to talk to me. So I guess I need to go to the farm. Or, no, I need to find her in the item shop. I guess that's a trigger for pushing along the storyline. So I think I talked about thievery earlier. I did a double check on the mathematical formula for thievery, the spell you get later from stealing. Well, you don't get the spell from stealing, you get the damage for the spell based on stealing and speed. So the damage formula is amount of steals times your speed divided by 2. So if I want to check my stats here, his speed is 23, so it's quite low. I'll need to have quite a number of steals at level 5 if I wanted to get max damage. But his speed goes up the more you level. I think by the time you get thievery, you'll have about 40 to 50 speed. So having a little over 400 should come close to max damage. And that will be my goal for this this run, to have about 400 before I find the item that gives you thievery. They're just discussing their plan to get to Lindblom and leaving Steiner behind. Steiner has other plans, and he's trying to figure out a way to get back to the castle. So this is the part where another character starts giving you information that all the adults are not around until later. Adelbert is such a funny name. So, there's a side quest tied to the character Steiner's about to go and see. His name's Morbid, and he loves coffee. There's 3 different key items tied to coffee, and you can bring all 3 to him, and he will give you an item. I don't actually remember what the item is, but it's another side quest that I'll do. It's not too hard. So the characters got worried about Vivi not being back yet. They're not really worried about Steiner. He can take care of himself. So here we find out that Vivi got kidnapped, and he's underground. So now we'll just have to look for a way underground. It's really hard to miss. You might have seen it earlier. There's a hatch above a ladder that's in the windmill, and someone was standing guard last time. That's all we have to do is go in there, and we will find it. There's quite a few items down low in the underground tunnel. We'll just pick them up on the way. We'll also end up starting some random encounters. They're not too hard, but I don't have Steiner to deal physical damage, and Vivi doesn't deal that much damage yet. So I might avoid the fights. We'll see how it goes. So this is where you find out that Dolly is working for Castle Alexandria, just from this barrel. Garnet talks about it's a symbol from Alexandria, and I guess this is where you start to figure out that they are producing black mages. So right where Vivi was standing, there's an item. It's kind of hard to see. If you're not looking for it, you'll probably miss it. Not really worth anything, but it's always helpful to grab all new treasures. Pom-pom there is actually a Moogle. Pretty easy to pick up if you play the game before. I'm just going to talk to him and deal with that. So this Moogle, he's actually found in another spot afterwards, so you can't actually come back to the underground, but we'll find him later. So once we pick up Vivi, I will double check everyone's equipment and change any equipment needed. I'm just waiting because we don't have Vivi and I'd have to do it twice. So they stuffed Vivi in this box here. He didn't know how to defend himself, call attention to himself. So Zane starts explaining. Someone tries to kidnap you to make us. I don't actually know if I put the Mithril dagger on Titan. I might not have. I might need more AP on the mage measure, to be quite honest. I'll farm it. I'll do that off video though. So once I go through the door there, I release the mist, and that will start spawning random encounters in this area. I don't think there's actually a monster that has spawned in this area. So there's actually a Phoenix Pinion in here, which I want, just because it sells for 1,000 gil. That'll help me with my my gil in Lindblom when I'm trying to do the cotton road trick, which I will explain later. That's why I bought this earlier. I decided it'll take actually probably 2 magic attacks to kill these, so it's not really worth trying to kill. So I'll try to steal it. It probably won't be very effective. Running this game takes a lot of effort, and you know what? I will do. I'm gonna focus first, then I'm gonna heal that. Hopefully, that focus will allow me to take the both out in one shot. I don't know what element they're going to do, but I don't think I have access to it. They are using fire, so I'm just gonna guess with ice. So I've already stolen 3 times instead. I'm not gonna push my weapon for a third. I'm gonna need to do this in this fight. I don't really want to use I want to conserve his mana for the next fight, or boss fight, that is. So he might die from using that, but he's guaranteed to die from the second attack. Actually quite decent against people. Purchase 2 ghosts. I think they can spawn in 3. That fight might be scripted and it might always be 2, but I think they can spawn in 3. Start inspecting a few the items around North Mist earlier, and it'll just tell you about Mist a little bit and the boxes. You can also observe what's happening. It doesn't really give that great of insight. I just realized I might have walked too far. No, I'm gonna switch settings weapon mount. So Bandit allows me to steal at a higher success rate. And one last random encounter before the boss. That one focus actually ended up helping a lot for damage. This is not the spell I wanted to use. Definitely not undead. Unfortunately, he stole 15 damage, which is quite a lot. So I'm going to spam another attack. Luckily for the next boss, I will have Steiner helping, so hopefully his mana won't make that big of a difference. But it's always nice to difference is only really it's a big difference when it's this menu. You finished his protect girl skills. I switched his so both Dagger and Phoebe are having a crisis at this point. So setting this to carry and drag the whole way. We pulled into scenes with Steiner for the boss fight, and it's just meaningfully popular. He won't talk to you until you meet him in his house, so I have a few items to pick up before he gets there. So you may recognize the Prime Vista in the corner there. I think that's one of the items you get for doing the coffee side quest. Okay, I thought there was a scene here, so I was not talking. There should be a scene coming up. It might be after the boss fight, though. So, basically they're loading the cargo ship and they get scared off by Steiner running. So here is a little bit of options. You can start investigating the barrel and go through the whole thing, or you could just poke it with a sword. The default actually starts on poke it with a sword. You can observe it, you push it around a bit. He never opens it. At the end of the day, you still have to poke it with a sword. Because Steiner is Beavis, and I don't understand why you would poke something with a sword, but whatever. I'm just gonna pause the video right now. Why do you have to be a pain in the butt, Bandit? No, it's okay. I just paused the video. Alright, I'm back now. Sorry about that. My dog was just getting a little excited. So, the next two boss fights are with Black Vault 2 and 3. The first one is really quite easy. He will AoE your party if you cast spells from Vivi, but he will avoid hitting Princess Garnet. So you will game over if the three other characters get downed. He has items to steal, but they're definitely not necessary, they're just a bonus. I don't believe he counters Steiner's skills. But I'm quite sure he counters Vivi's. So I don't honestly think I needed to use Kira there. She has a lot of mana that I won't go through this fight, and she's not part of the next fight. Steeple Pad is a nice bonus to steal. It's definitely not necessary though. Unfortunately aimed at Steiner with the Phoenix down. Another waste that really sucks. He will usually aim at the party member he can kill, so that's unfortunate. I thought Garnet's ATB was higher up, so I started with 5 already. I think he's out of items to steal, so I could end the fight here. All those focuses are useless now because Vivi was dead. So he doesn't have anything to steal. I still don't want him to counter. I'm afraid he might actually kill me with the counter, so we're just going to end this fight with Zidane instead, or just Zidane. So I'm going to go save in town and get all my mana and HP back. I think that is the default. If you're mashing through, you might accidentally get that if you aren't paying attention. Basically, I have two options: to rest at the inn or leave now. It wouldn't make that much of a difference, but the extra mana might help during the next fight. And I also want to see how far I am in the recording, so I might end it here and start right after, but we will see. So the same scene plays out where Zidane thinks he's staring at Garnet again, and he's actually wondering why Vivi escaped. Double checking for any more magnets. I didn't actually think there was one, but anytime I talk to people, I will double check. Okay, so the time is, it's only been half an hour, so I'm going to continue on. So I think there's quite a few cutscenes coming up. I'm not going to talk during the cutscenes, so I'll only talk right here. All we're doing is we're planning on boarding the ship and commandeering it to fly to Limbo. We jump on and find out the Black Mage are the ones running the ship. So you can tell Vivi, you think they look like him or not really. I honestly don't. He's much smaller, wears different clothes, and they're all so similar to each other. But he still feels them. So it was a really short cutscene, but I know there's quite a few cutscenes in this area. So I'll try to keep my messages very short and concise. We'll see how it goes. Basically what happens on this ship is we figure out these Black Mages, they don't care what we say or talk to, they just ignore us. That is until we start commandeering the ship. So Vivi here, he's trying to interact with the Black Mages, and they just ignore him. So, Vivi has never really known any of his own people, and he's quite down that none of them are responding to him. So Steiner is guarding the engine room now so that Zidane can't go and talk to the princess. He's decided that Zidane will be hung for his treason against the princess, and he thinks that might be a bit too harsh, so he thought he will leave word to the queen to not hang him, just to put him in jail. And now we come here. That is Black Wolves 3. We probably have another scene before the fight, but I honestly can't remember. castle the black mages were trying to figure out what's going on. And during that time, Vivi and Garnet came onto the deck. Unfortunately, the Black Waltz here is attacking me, so the black mages are going to defend him. So, because of how cruel he was to the black mages, Steiner was going to help out with this fight, and it was never a question in my mind whether or not second would help Vivi. So, Zidane's giving Garnet the option whether or not to flee to Alexandria or to go through Suffolcate to he doesn't care which she chooses. He figures he can escape Alexandria or he lives to live, so that's his option. So this is another trance fight, so I will use Vivi to his fullest, and Vivi's trance, he gets double elemental attacks, or double magic. So I'll just spam fire. So the first round he's stealing magic, the second round I will check to see how much health characters have, and my total potion on Steiner. So I'm just holding this to ATB stall, while waiting for Zidane. Steiner, I'll attack again. This will be the last time I steal in this fight. If he attacks Steiner again, he will kill him. The way Vivi's double magic attack works, he loses his trance this turn. That potion, Steiner. Trying to get that one last steal in before the end of the fight. I'm going to attack with the Steiner. Let's see how much damage. I am going to throw one last steal before I end the fight. And this is just a guess how long the fight will be. And it ended a lot earlier than I thought it would. One attack, really. So there will be a cutscene coming up really quickly, so I'm not going to say anything else. after this little scene here. Basically, Stormthorn were monitoring the Black Bolts as during all their fights. We saw them in the first fight. Didn't really get a glimpse of them in the second fight, to my knowledge. But this is the last time we see them fall in the fights. I really am overestimating this cutscene. It must be just after this conversation. So we've decided to So in my opinion, that is the best cutscene of the whole game. There are other ones that are quite good, but that's definitely my favorite. What I was going to say is our plan was to sneak in through the gate before it closed, and hope it closed before the Black Bolts came through. Now we're at Lindblum. There's quite a lot of items to pick up, and quite a lot of shopping to do. I will do the business district first, and then do the shopping. Then I'll probably clear out the industrial district and the theater district. So everyone's really down because of the amount of damage that was done and the fact that we lost all of the Dark Mages. And babies at the crisis. For once, Steiner actually helps out. It's a really sweet moment. Put a lot of emphasis on setting dagger not knowing what to say, which makes it even nicer. So all we have to do now is we have to meet, I believe his name is Artania, and he is a counselor here, I believe. Not 100%, but he works for Sid, and we will meet Regent Sid soon. So they don't believe she's a princess because of how crappy the cargo ship looks, and even if it looked good, why would a princess ride on a cargo ship? Oh, he's a minister. So here we find out it was actually Regent Sid who hired Bucky to kidnap the princess, and he was doing it to provide her more safety. He didn't think staying with her mother was a good idea. So here he's describing the elevator, basically to get to anywhere in the city you want to be on the mid-level. The high level is where Regent Sid has his meeting room, and the bottom level is where we can go. There's access for a port, or we can walk out of the gate. We don't have access to a naval ship for a while. So here we find out that Sid was actually changed into an Autop. We find out later that it was actually done by his wife for his infidelity. Which, very, very not good. They tell the story of what happened when someone stole his newest airship, and that his wife left, but they don't really tell why until later on. Here we get to meet one of our other party members. Her name is Freya, and she is a dragon knight. So this airship ride he's offering plays a little part in a later scene with Princess Garnet. He forgets that it was not her that he invited up. He is really quite weird. So here we learn a little bit more about Freya and how she lost her husband, I believe, and he lost his memory and left home. So she doesn't know he lost his memory yet. We will find that out later, just at the beginning of Disc 2. So here you learn that the previous ruler, or Garnet's father, died recently, and since then her mother's been acting very strangely, and there has been a weird man or suspicious man around the castle. She hasn't been able to talk to her very much, and she fears that she's going down the wrong path by arming Alexandria with weapons of war. So Cid's still trying to make an airship that doesn't fly with mist. Basically, the mist is what produces the monsters on this continent, and it is only on this continent, besides around the Hippa tree. So you find out his brain doesn't work very well as Knockloff, and he really can't make an airship as an Knockloff. So I'm just going to check Google and see if I should end this video now, or if I should do the cotton rope trick and my purchases beforehand. And this is the last Mogster. Basically it just tells you about the synthesis shop. Just like the rest of them, I'm not going to be reading it. So we got a letter from Ruby, and we find out she's opening a small little theater in Alexandria. So that was about 50 minutes. I guess I will end the video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you tune in for the next one.